You are standing in the desert of Egypt. The sun is high above you. The sand stretches endlessly in every direction. There is no sound, except the wind. Then you see it, a dark shape in the distance, half buried in the cliff. You walk closer. Your footsteps sink into the sand. The air feels heavy. As you approach, the shape becomes clear, a carved entrance, ancient, sealed, untouched. You brush away sand from the stone. Symbols appear, strange carvings, warnings. You lean closer. They speak of punishment, of those who disturb the dead, of spirits that guard the tomb. You step back. Because suddenly, the silence feels different. You are not just standing in the desert. You are standing in front of something ancient, something protected, something that was never meant to be opened. Tonight, we enter the cursed tombs of ancient Egypt. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Echoes of History, where lost voice past finally get to speak. Ancient Egyptians believed death was not the end. It was a journey, a transition from the world of the living to the world of the gods. To complete this journey, the body had to be preserved. The tomb had to remain intact, and everything inside had to be protected. That is why tombs were built with extraordinary care, deep underground, hidden in mountains, buried beneath layers of sand. Pharaohs ordered architects to design tombs that would last forever. Massive stone blocks, sealed entrances, false corridors, confused intruders, hidden shafts led to dead ends. Some tombs even included secret chambers. But physical protection was not enough. The Egyptians understood something powerful: fear. They knew fear could stop intruders before they even entered. So priests began carving warnings, messages written thousands of years ago. Some promised punishment, others warned of divine anger. Some described restless spirits guarding the tomb. These warnings were placed near entrances, on walls, near burial chambers. Anyone entering would see them and hesitate. Over time, these warnings became legends. Stories spread. People spoke of cursed tombs, of explorers who disturbed the dead, of consequences. Fear became part of the tomb's protection, and the desert helped. Sand covered entrances, wind erased footprints, time hid everything, until centuries later, when explorers began searching again, and the curse returned. Centuries passed. The desert covered ancient Egypt. Cities disappeared, temples collapsed, and tombs were forgotten. But in the modern age, explorers returned. They searched the desert. They studied ancient maps. They followed clues carved into stone. Sometimes they found nothing, just sand, rock, silence. But sometimes they found entrances, half buried, hidden, sealed. The moment before opening a tomb was always tense. Workers stood back. Archaeologists examined the stone. No one spoke, because once opened, the tomb would never be the same again. When the seal was broken, air that had been trapped for thousands of years escaped. Dust moved. The darkness inside seemed alive. Explorers stepped in slowly. Torches illuminated narrow corridors, walls covered in carvings, symbols, paintings, everything untouched, frozen in time. But then, strange things were reported. Some workers felt dizzy. Others became sick. Tools disappeared. Lights failed. Sounds echoed in unexpected ways. The atmosphere felt heavy. Every shadow looked suspicious. Every noise created tension. Stories began to spread. People whispered about curses, about disturbed spirits, about tombs that did not want to be opened. Even those who did not believe in curses felt uneasy, because sealed tombs feel different. The air is stale, the silence deep, the darkness complete. You cannot see outside. You cannot hear the wind. You are surrounded by ancient walls, And the deeper you go, the more isolated you feel. Fear grows naturally, and once fear appears, every unusual event becomes meaningful. A falling stone, a flickering light, a sudden illness, all become signs. The curse feels real, and the legend continues. Scientists later studied these events. They found logical explanations. Sealed tombs contained mold, ancient bacteria, toxic gases. When released, these could cause sickness. The darkness created psychological stress. Confined spaces increased anxiety. Silence amplified fear. But even with these explanations, something remained. The feeling, the hesitation. Even today, archaeologists pause before entering new tombs. They prepare carefully. They test the air. They bring lights. They wear protective equipment. But there is always a moment, a quiet pause, before stepping inside, because tombs are not ordinary spaces. They were designed to intimidate. Long corridors, massive doors, dark chambers, symbols of protection. Everything created a sense of power. Ancient Egyptians understood human psychology. They built tombs not only to protect the dead, but to discourage the living, and they succeeded. Thousands of years later, we still feel it. The desert still hides tombs. Some remain sealed. Some still contain warnings. Some have never been seen. And somewhere, beneath the sand, a door waits, unopened, silent, guarded by time. Because in ancient Egypt, the greatest protection was not stone, it was fear. The wind moves across the desert again. The tomb entrance slowly disappears under sand, as if history is hiding it once more. Because some secrets were meant to remain buried, and some tombs were never meant to be opened.